right. Okay. We might as well get into this. All right. Oh, let's exit that. Just a real rough and tumble second half for the Milwaukee Panthers. Really a game overall. And they end up losing this one by a final score of 66 to 65. Milwaukee 0 field goals in the last 2.5 minutes of the game. The final, you just kind of felt it was coming after just every stupid little thing. They weren't getting any help from the refs. Not blaming the refs. This was completely on them. But like, there was a point where Themis Folks had the ball on the floor and he was calling for a timeout. And he's calling for a timeout over and over and over. And he's going, timeout, timeout. And he's got the ball and the ref is just staring at him. And then the kid from Southern Miss grabs the ball and he's like, jump ball. That's a jump ball. It's like, were you even watching what was going on here before then? Real tough day for Milwaukee. Tough weekend. We were really hoping that after the Central Florida game on Wednesday that the Panthers would just, pistol whip Southern Miss. Southern Miss came into the game 2-4. They have one Division I win. They were not looking particularly good. In fact, the only Division I win they had is over Bowling Green, where Jason Newkirk is now an assistant coach. A tough one. It's a tough one. They ruined all of our Saturdays, says Stack. What was the final score of the basketball game last Saturday? You guys, you gotta like chat. You gotta take a pause, guys. Like, we're all huge fans. Panther basketball is a big part of the entertainment in our lives, but at the end of the day, it is a game, guys. It is a game. Panthers did not play very well in this particular game, and it is what it is. We're going to try and get the audio from 101.7 The Truth to see if we can listen to this free internet radio. Let's see if we can get on there. I'm hitting play on it. You should be able to hear it if I hear it.
Shop Black Friday deals now at Lowe's. Get up to 50% off select major appliances. Plus, take an additional 10%.
I'm going to mute that for the 30-second advertisement. Josh Tomaszewski says, we shit our pants. Yes. ISO Sim, not happy with a face palm. Agreed. Ty says, all I'm going to say is then get on with the rest of my piece of shit day. Well, I hope your day is better, man. It's still Saturday.
On the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield.
Wow,
This is Panthers
what a
Rewind,
bummer.
featuring a game recap, a look inside the numbers, and reaction from those involved.
We're going to listen
Once
to
again,
Scott Warris here.
Warris.
Hey, basketball fans, grab yourself an ice cold Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Ooh, a 12-pack that you can be the fan of the game.
The Milwaukee Panthers. Panthers gave one away here today at Southern Miss by a final score of 66-65. Neftali Alvarez, the game-winning basket with under 5 seconds to go. As the Panthers couldn't get an A.J. McKee basket to go on the other end, they ran the play and didn't call the timeout. There was contact. There was no call. And so in the end, it is a 1-point heartbreaking loss here at Southern Miss. Panthers, as I said, led for 36 minutes here today. That's why I say they gave this one away. It also didn't help that they missed those free throws to a clip of 8 out of 17. Anyway, the numbers
8
here,
of 17.
as the Panthers shot 50% for the game. They shot 50% from the field.
Sorry to mute this, but you're 8 of 17. If you're 10 of 17, you win the game.
And won the game. Well, that's because, in part, Southern Miss hit 10 out of 23 three-pointers. The Panthers just 3 of 16 on their threes. The free throw shooting, it was Southern Miss 10 out of 12. And as I've already lamented, Panthers 8 of 17. That is 47% free throw shooting. Panthers did win the rebounding battle today, 38-30.
Ooh.
Individually, the Panthers had 4 of their 5 starters in double figures. Themis Folks had 17 points in this game.
He played very well.
7 after halftime. 17 points for Folks on 8 of 11 shooting. He had 3 assists.
Not
4
enough for me.
turnovers in this game.
You gotta have more assists than
13 points
turnovers.
for Kentrell Pullian on 5 of 7. 7 rebounds for KP here today. 10 points, 8 rebounds for Jamichael Stillwell. Played just over 18
Same
minutes
number
today.
for
Due to
AJ
foul
McKee.
Issues. Still came 2 rebounds shy of yet another double-double. He and AJ McKee tied for the team lead in rebounding. That means Jamichael has at least tied for the team lead in rebounding in every game this year. McKee had 10 points.
Now I'm probably going to get
McKee,
hammered
unlike Stillwell,
until I
and
don't
8
remember
rebounds.
seeing the game.
5 points for John Lovelace Jr. off the bench. Darius Duffy had 4 points, 5 rebounds, and a career-high tying 5 blocks. He also had 3 steals. All 5 of his blocks came in the first half.
Those
Lyric
blocks
Davis
were pretty
had a
solid,
three-pointer
too.
in this game and a rebound as well. Aaron Franklin had a tough day offensively, just 1 point, 0 of 4 shooting, played 13 minutes. Isaiah Pippa-White, a couple of points, but 3 turnovers in 7 minutes for Isaiah Pippa-White.
He had 3 turnovers
9
in
of
7
10
minutes.
available to Bart Lundy played in this game.
Oh, man.
Denaje Harris, a career high, 24 points, 8 of 12 shooting. He also had 8 rebounds. 13 off the bench for the true
Are we
freshman
going to play a
Jet
game where a
Montgomery
player
thanks
does
to
not
3
have
of
a
6 on
career
3,
high against
and
us?
Kobe Montgomery had 10. Those 3 guys led the Golden Eagles offense. Panthers lose a heartbreaker in the final minute of this game. 66-65, Southern Miss. Back in a couple of moments, we'll finish our look inside the box score, hustle board stats, and more after this timeout. Starry Panthers Rewind continues.
So I would say that if you guys got your comments, I want to hear comments besides just "boo, we lost." I want to hear good stuff. Give me real content, fellas, content. Ty says to give this program expectations is to give them the kiss of death. We're better off expecting nothing or worse for this program. That way they don't let us down again. Well, I mean, yeah, go into it expecting to enjoy watching basketball, and maybe those are expectations you don't want to put on the team, but they lost, man. There's nothing you can do about it at this point. It's a tough beat, man. It's a tough beat to lose a game like that. You're just gonna rough it until they prove otherwise. To give the program expectations, just set them and us up for the biggest letdowns. This little bastard you gotta stop. You're letting everybody down. This is apologize, Kitty. He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a shit at all. Ugh. All right. I mean, maybe that's for the best. Serious, not having a great day, goes ahead, and that's now he doesn't care. So maybe that's what we got to do. Who knows? It just. Ooh. A Southern Miss fan tweeting at Themis Folks directly saying 0-3 in the greenhouse. A lot of angry fans, a lot of angry bettors getting pissed about that one. Losing to that team is embarrassing. Who even cares about sports anyways? Well, clearly you guys care about sports because you're angry about this. And that's fine.
Milwaukee's best offense was in the paint, where they won it 48-22. Things were not quite as easy there, final 10 minutes or so, as they were in the first 30 for Milwaukee.
He's just reading the box score. We can do the same thing. Ryan Stofield says, at the end of the day, the non-conference schedules for us is simply a primer for Horizon play time to step up Thursday night. To me, that is the correct takeaway from this game. The second they lost that game to Longwood early in the season was pretty much the end of whatever at-large opportunity the Panthers had. Once they had 2 double-digit losses to open the season, they could have gone. They would have had to have gone like 30-0 for the rest of the year to make that the case. And it sucks. We know it sucks. We know it's stupid, but it is what it is. So the Panthers aren't getting an at-large bid. They probably aren't going to get an at-large bid to the NIT if they don't win the conference tournament. They'd have to do very, very well in the conference. But, the non-conference, this is one that's going to sting towards the end of the year. If they get to Selection Sunday, I mean, this is the kind of loss that will knock you down a seed level. And there's just nothing, like I said, there's just nothing you can do about it at the end of the day. Josh Tomaszewski says, gonna grab myself a nice cold 12-pack of Miller Lite after that result instead. Yeah. Stack was gonna hit the gym after the game. Now probably gonna get hammered until I don't remember seeing it. You guys are taking this loss so well. Josh says the bench was horrible. Stack says, not sure how anyone can have a positive takeaway today. I don't care if there were some nice plays along the way. Free throws are still piss poor. I guess I'll leave then. I don't have anything nice to say today. I mean, I'm not saying you gotta say nice stuff. I'm just looking for content. Like when you say the free throws are still piss poor, that is substantial information, right? And that was the game. I mean, that's the difference between a loss and a victory, is they were 8 of 17 from the free throw line. Tyler said it repeatedly in the watch party stream on the Panther U Discord. He said over and over and over again, he's like, every time we get guys that come in here that shoot 3-pointers, it seems like they are immediately they just immediately suck. I don't know if that's exactly the case, we were going back to some 3-pointers and 3-point shooters in the past, some big free throw shooters, and they have not done as well when they got to Milwaukee. And I don't know what to tell you, man. Is it the beer? Is that what it is? These guys haven't been in town since Tuesday, so I don't know. Not sure how anyone can have a positive takeaway today. I don't care if there were some nice plays along the way. Still, free throws still piss poor. That's correct. Tomaszewski shot 50% from the field, won the rebound battle by 8, lose in the last second. Not enough for our bench today. Played down to our competition. Julius says shit's sad. Yes. Matt Essman, at least we aren't Ohio's taint. I agree. Team definitely needs to find a reliable 3-point shooter. A lot of people are going to read that statistic and say, they're going to read that that needs to find a reliable 3-point shooter, and they're going to think directly of Eric Pratt. But I'm going to tell you right here, he's not the only good 3-point shooter we have. Lyric Davis, one of 2 from the three-point line right there. That's one guy right there. I also think that some of it's just confidence from 3. A couple of these guys, there were a couple spots where Johnny Lovelace had a opportunity to take a 3-point shot, he either kind of like overthought it, or he ended up passing up the opportunity. Stack says this will probably end us making us a 16 plan. Possibly. I mean, you're never going to know that till the end of the season, or really until the end of the conference tournaments. I mean, Selection Sunday is when you're really going to know for sure who the Horizon League champion is. If we are blessed that it's us, you know, and you guys, with your level of confidence, you don't have much confidence in that being a thing right now, I'm sure. You know, if we get to the NCAA tournament, you know, are we going to be a 16 play-in team? Well, I would tell you, you know, you're going to have a SWAC and MEAC conference champion who's already going to be worse than whoever wins the Horizon League, no matter what. You're probably looking at a conference like the Big South or some shit that'll have like some just awful team, like, you know, not awful team, but awful, like, low major that'll make it that far. Yeah, kind of, you know, it is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it.
Days stretch, and they officially go 3-3. Go 4-2. Go 4-2. The road win at Duquesne.
Yeah.
And then 3 wins as part of the Cream City Challenge, but dropping.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to have Bart on. Or if he did, we missed it. Josh says it doesn't matter if it's non-conference or not. Win the games you're supposed to win, especially when you're taking the next step. Expecting to take the next step as a program. Yes. Yes and no. I mean, at this point, you know, you like I said, this is a loss that drops you a seed line at the end of the year. You know, USM is, what are they in the Ken Palm? Let's find them in here. Southern Mississippi is 265 in the Ken Palm ratings. Oh, gee. Not a great one for the Panthers. Southern Miss only a handful of spots behind Youngstown State, and several spots ahead of Green Bay. Stack says they just make it so hard to keep going to bat for them when they can't cash in on games like these. Who's going to take us seriously? People already don't want to come to our games. You know, we'll talk a little bit about that, and I'll talk about it right now. You know, losing the Southern Miss game sucks, but if we want it, the people that you are trying to get to come to the games, that was already not something that was going to get them to come to games. Like, your non-conference schedule is something that they forget very quickly. And by forget, I mean, like, what's far more important for student attendance is having game student and like regular fan attendance. You also have to have game operations going so that things, you know, the game is fun for fans. You need to have, I mean, what do we talk about, right? We talk about when you have people complaining, they'll first make fun of things like the Starry promotion, the dumbest promotion that like shouldn't be. It's so bad it shouldn't be there on Thursday night when the Panthers play Cleveland State. Like, it shouldn't even be there then. But like, fans will bring that up if they're talking about attendance in the arena. They'll bring up things like that at the same time as they'll bring up, well, we lost to Southern Mississippi. The UWM student doesn't know or care about Southern Mississippi. They don't. They want us to win games, to be sure. And the downside of this is that, you know, this makes us what? I mean, we're now. The Panthers, what is our record now? Chat, help me with this. The Panthers are 5-4. That's a 500 record right now because it is the stance of this podcast to not count non-Division I wins. So we're 4-4 for all intents and purposes. Losing to Northern Iowa and Longwood sucks. Going on a 4-game winning streak is nice. That's bookended by 2 road losses. I think it's pretty clear that a big part of the problem is playing road games. So the Panthers, what they got to figure out is in the next, X amount, next, 2 months and change, is you got to figure out how to win road games. This is now they're back home Thursday night for that all important clear fanny pack giveaway. Who doesn't want a clear fanny pack? Come on, guys. Do you want to be one of the first 200 fans in the building? I will not be one of the first 200 fans in the building because I'm going to go watch the Deer District Christmas tree lighting at 6 o'clock, and then I'll see you guys at the game at 7 on Thursday. That's how much I care about the clear fanny packs. But the next game after that is a road game, and it's one of the biggest road games of the year. And the biggest thing you can say is that when we have home games, we have a home crowd. And when we have road games, we don't have a home crowd. We have a road crowd. And, the team, this team that Lundy's had the entire 3 years he's been here, they have fed off the energy of the crowd more than any team I've ever seen. In fact, I would say that their lack of success on the road.
General manager of our Learfield Panthers sports.
Yeah, he's done. I would say that a lot of these road games the Panthers have, these losses that they have on the road is because they don't have the crowd behind them, and we need to change that. So I'm throwing down a gauntlet. I've talked to a few of you in chat. I've talked to fans on the message board. I've talked to fans after the games at Major Goolsby's. I've talked to fans all over the place. Wednesday, December 11th, the Panthers take a trip up I-43 to go play the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay. The Green Bay Phoenix have a different look than they did the last time we played them. The big change is clearly Sonny Wicks was a flash in the pan for Green Bay. He's gone. Doug Gottlieb's there. With Gottlieb being gone, Sonny Wicks is gone. Doug Gottlieb's there. We now have a bunch of new players in Green Bay. I would say the best of whom is Anthony Roy, who is, I would say, a very good basketball player. He had 20 points and 9 rebounds today in a losing effort at home against Campbell. Green Bay loses at home. We don't lose at home. So what do we got to do to make sure that we have a home environment for that game in Green Bay? What do we do to make sure that we can beat them? I would say the Panthers need to show up, and not just the team. We need to show up. So I'm throwing down the gauntlet. Milwaukee fans, if you are a Panther basketball fan, or if you are in Milwaukee, forget a fan bus. It's not happening. If you're this university, if you can, I will say this: if you can fight for a fan bus, you do it starting now, and you work it all the way until Thursday night. You push them, you tweet at them, you call them, you do everything you can to get a fan bus. You start talking to fans that are with you. Stack, do we buy a bunch of tickets and all take people with us? Yes, but more importantly, like, get people committed to go to this game. It is a 6 p.m. game at Green Bay. It's on ESPN Plus. Do we wish it was on a weekend? Yes, we do. Indeed, we do. Pie in the Sky Coffee. We do wish that it was on a weekend, but there's nothing that we can do about that. There's nothing that we can do about that. It's on a Wednesday. It's a 6 p.m. game, which means that you're probably going to have to make sure that you're done with work, you're done with school around like 1 o'clock. Because if we don't get a fan bus in the next 3 to 4 days, we need to get as many people as possible to commit to the Panther Caravan. We're gonna take a caravan and we're gonna be going up. We're gonna be going north. And this caravan is going to be invading Green Bay. I want so many people saying we're gonna take this caravan north to invade Green Bay that I want Fox and Friends to be talking about it by Tuesday morning. Invade Green Bay. Invade. We're going to invade Green Bay. And by invade, I hope that's a nice number. Yeah, we're gonna need to carpool. I mean, that's the deal. I mean, I got space for 6 other Panther fans in the Atlas. I got space for 6 other Panther fans in the Atlas. There's a lot of there are a lot of us. People, if you have an opportunity to. If you have the ability to drive, you don't necessarily have to drive, but offer yourself up. I will say, please do that in the Panther U Discord. We would like to get as many people as possible here. If somebody can drop the link to the Panther U Discord in the chat, that would be fantastic. Because what we need is a lot of fans up at Green Bay, because we need to make it loud and we need to be proud all day long. There are very few road games on this schedule that we can attend as Panther fans. Just to switch it over back to that. So we have a home game against Cleveland State. We're on the road at Green Bay. Akron will all be there for that game. That's the people hosting it at the Fiserv. Road game at Oakland Thursday. You're not getting all the way there. At Detroit Mercy on a Saturday at noon. Nobody's going to that game. Purdue Fort Wayne is a Wednesday, so that's it's almost a 4-hour drive. You're gonna have to leave by noon just to make sure that you get in your seats. I don't know if anybody's gonna be making that trip. The next road game, Wright State, it's a Wednesday. If Northern Kentucky were a Saturday, I'd make that trip, but it's a Friday. So how are we gonna get there? I don't know. The road game at IU Windies on a Wednesday. Cleveland State is at 2 p.m. on a Saturday. And then Youngstown State and Robert Morris are Friday, Sunday. Those are, for the most part, those are not easily attended road games. one of the biggest problems with the Horizon League for Milwaukee specifically is that we used to have half of the conference within a 3-hour car drive, and now we only have one team, and that's Green Bay. So let's do what we can to put it together. We need to get seats together. We got treated like shit last year in the conference tournament. Yes, Pi. We sure did. But it was a hell of a lot of fun getting treated like garbage, wasn't it? Oh, my God, it was great. So let's do what we can. Let's spend the next several days. I'm gonna say Thursday is the cutoff. Get other people to commit to this. Push the university to get a bus. Push them. Bus. If we cannot get a bus, the Panther Caravan is in full effect. And we will be planning that starting now on the Discord, and we're gonna talk about it on the message board too. But I just want to say, days like this suck. You know, you lose a game by 1 to a team you should pistol whip. It sucks. A guy has, you know, some fantastic career day against the Panthers. It seems like that happens more often than not lately. Or you know, it's happened more than a couple times this year. It sucks. There's nothing you can do about it. So what you can do is you can show up, you can be loud, you can be proud. That's all you can do. I believe in this team. I think they're going to win against Cleveland State easily. In fact, I think that this team has a better opportunity to go undefeated at home in conference play than any Milwaukee team in over 10 years. But it's those road games that we got to get. And the best chance of the Panthers winning that game against Green Bay is if there are a lot of Panthers in the crowd. Plus, you get the added effect of those people just can't stand us, right? They just can't stand us. So let's just go. Take the trip. If we can't get a bus, we'll take a caravan. I got 6 of you in my van. In my SUV. I don't give a shit. I'll carry as many of you as I can. I'll see you all Thursday. Have a wonderful weekend, because it's a beautiful weekend to spend inside because it is cold as hell out there. That's okay. Get some perspective. Touch some frozen grass. Enjoy your time off. Or whatever you're doing with your time. If you're working this weekend, I'm sorry, that sucks, but you know, enjoy the weekend. Things are still great. We don't live in Turkmenistan. All right. So Panthers, let's regroup. How much would each of us be willing to pay for a fan bus? Josh says, morning until midnight, move on to Cleveland State, start of the conference. Hell yeah. How much would each of us be willing to pay for a fan bus? I mean, I'd be willing to pop in some cash for a fan bus. I don't have the ability to pay a lot, but I could pay a little something. I could pay a little something. Watch this. I'm just gonna move this here. Move that. Yeah. And we're gonna take the score. We're gonna move it a little bit here. And we're gonna group them together. All right. I mean, that's a question for the Discord, for the message board, but I'm going to start a thread for it very soon. So everybody have a wonderful day, have a good weekend, and I will see you all on Thursday.